even though I'm running a vampire game, I did not come here to flirt with my friends. Like that is not why I'm running a role-playing game, and that's not what I'm here for. I know I'm probably going to disappoint Mark, sci-fi Mark. Arm, head. You don't have to cut that out. That's just. Why are you so bad at closing the door? Because I have a lot of shit in this room. That's
doing it for the comedy purposes right there.
We're like this all the time. Hello, you're listening to the Jaunty Mantis, a podcast of creative questions for curious gamers. I'm one of your three hosts. My name's Jesse.
And I'm Matty.
What the hell? I thought it was Furious Gamers. I'm Chris.
No, that's Angry DM. He's got his shtick.
Different guy.
Yeah, different guy. Totally different guy. What y'all been doing in the world of RPGs?
Not a whole hell of a lot. My game mother unfortunately got sick and our game got canceled, unfortunately. And so the big fight will have to wait. And then in the meantime, I have been trying to figure out what my future DMing, GMing future looks like. I think I'm going to turn this into a whole episode into its own. But so I've been doing some prep.
I won't pry on it then. We'll because
that's all I've been doing. Nothing
far
exciting
be it for
prepping.
me to ruin a future episode by enthusiastically talking about most of it before we ever get there. I'm just gonna, since this will go out and it'll be long after the fact, Pat, our GM for the Rifts game, grow stronger because
Jesus,
your illness is just prevented me. It's a big fight, man. I made a giant robot pilot. Like I walk around in a giant rescue death machine and I want to shoot stuff. Okay. I hope Pat's recovering well. Cool. How about you, Chris?
Well, I thought I was going to game this weekend, but it got preempted by Birthday Hot Pot, which was also super fun. And the rest of my games are delayed because I'm going to PAX Unplugged. And, getting ready to make Traveller characters for some reason. I forget.
Okay. That's cool. I ran the Vampire Galveston game, and I was really excited because the one thing that I was really nervous about with running a vampire game, I don't think I mentioned that I was nervous about it, but I knew I was nervous about it, is one of the things that happens a lot in a vampire game is you will have a social scene with a whole bunch of NPCs, like a whole bunch of them on deck at any given moment. And, I like to do voices. So like my own personal feeling about like my level of preparedness for this is like, but I just said, I'm going to throw myself into the breach. I'm going to have a picture of the room of where everybody's sitting. I'm going to review my list of like a couple keynotes and just do caricature of this character. And it went great. And we had so much fun. And they now have got to see the lid lifted off the broader vampiric society of Galveston and are starting to like owe people favors for advice and like getting into shitty, shady situations with other evil vampires. And I'm excited. It's going to be really great.
Sounds
That's
like fun.
Great future topic idea, though, handling large gatherings of NPCs.
Yeah, I mean, there were like 7 like in this room, each one a distinct. In Vampire, each one of them is a distinct character that the PCs can, fuck over or get fucked over by. So like, there we go.
Do you do voices for each of them?
No, I didn't on this one. I was like, it's going to be too much. I'm going to describe the manner of their speaking. I mean, one of them too is like a Nosferatu. His name is Antran. He's got a Vietnamese accent, and I wasn't about to try and do that because I try not to, accidentally commit like hate crimes when I'm running games. So, like,
why not?
I'm not going to try and do the natural speaking voice of someone because it will come off as me being clownish. And I do not think that people who have English as a second language deserve to have their dignity incidentally mocked by me.
Yes, for sure.
Chris, are you a voices guy?
I make an effort now and then, and it's fun, and sometimes I'm feeling it. I usually start with a voice if I'm going to do one at all, and then I'll just convert to talking. But I try and like channel the vibe of the character, whether I'm doing a voice or not. The biggest problem with doing voices for me is that I forget what voice I was doing very quickly, like mid conversation,
Yep.
which I love to just call out occasionally. Whatever this guy sounded like before sounds like this now.
And what kind of like mannerisms do you put into your NPCs, and are those connected to the
Oh,
voice?
they're proper, they're, uncouth, what, you just, I feel like I need to do it now, but I'm not going to. My favorite though
No.
is doing like a mind flayer and Illithid. And I'm like, make a show anyways. We're gonna do this.
Okay.
That's assuming they're not just talking mentally, but even if they're communicating mentally, I'll have my hand here just to like subtly suggest mouth tendrils.
Yeah. The reason why I ask is because I know Jesse is sort of a voices guy. I guess he's a full voices guy, but he's very selective. And where I feel like I am like full on voices guy. Um, and I'm starting to think I shouldn't be a voices guy. And so I wanted to I wanted to check with the panel. It's because I feel like I'm doing my NPCs a disservice by doing voices for them because they all sound like unhinged crazy people at some point.
Perfect.
And I just feel like the players don't trust anything I try to tell them through my NPCs because all my NPCs sound like unhinged crazy people.
Well, I was gonna say follow your heart and have fun, but that does sound like a problem.
Yeah,
My voices
Jesse.
tend to be slightly also for the comedic effect because a lot of the time I'm running like a fantasy game where that's not a high stakes. The vampire game's a little bit more serious, and I was like, I don't want to do silly voices for these. I might
Yeah.
like when speaking, like I had seen one of this guy that does like voice acting reels talking about like how to be a guy and do like a woman's voice. And so I try and do that a little bit. Like I just like I don't do this, but I just like soften my tone a little and like like that's it. And I was getting work done with body language in that. Like I had like a gesture that I would try and do for each one, like Rui da Costa, who is this like bruja dude with a maroon leather trench coat and dreadlocks, just badass. He's very much like this, like hands crossed, like right here as he speaks to you. And then, the Nosferatu Antron, I'm like down like this, but not really changing my voice too much. So, like, I was, doing it with physicality, which was fun.
Right.
And I think,
I don't mean to be critical of you, Jesse, but isn't doing a softer woman's for a voice for a woman kind of fucked up, as a whole? Because I do it too. But I think it does that play into the overall like aspect of women kind of like being seen and not heard, or not aggressive, or not present, or not confident.
I
If I
mean, it
take
depends. It
like maybe
depends
that's
on
something
what you
I'm doing.
say. I don't mean like I'm not trying to talk like this when I'm doing a lady's voice. Like, I'm not trying to get really high. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to, get a little bit like this, but I can still say
No,
something like
there's a problem. Y'all need more orc
I'm
muscle
going,
mommies, and then
I'm going
you
to,
channel that energy.
I'm going to take my talons and I'm going to put them around your trachea and
I
I'm
like to
going
give them
to
like
pull it out.
hey.
And then I'm going to lick the blood that drips from it. And then I'm going to toss it on the floor. And then I'm going to laugh at you. Like, I mean, like, so yeah, my tone is softer. What I'm saying may not be.
Just the
So
implication that all women would have the same like subsection of voices when they could run the gamut. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
think that's
I
an
mean,
I do
important thing
it.
to remember.
like, I'm just saying, like, to make my voice sound a little bit more feminine, I try not to talk like this.
Yeah,
I try
I
not
do
to
it.
be a Monty Python, like, Deirdre.
That's why I bring it up. I'll be the asshole in this situation. I totally do that. I do it every single time. I take a lighter, softer inflection, no matter the female character. And this is kind of part of the, storm that's going on in my brain about should I be doing voices or not doing voices? And should I be directly interacting with the player characters, like I guess I see in character, interacting with them, or should I be narrating or summarizing how the conversation is going and let the player characters make key points? And whereas what I might be able to do is just say, well, you're having this conversation. The point she's trying to make to you is that if you cross a line and go into this area of the cave that you're not supposed to be in, it will be met with violent resistance, right? Instead of like being threatening to the player character and then either crossing a line or coming off as an unhinged crazy person. You know.
Yeah,
So
I don't think I'm being misogynistic in my
I don't think you are
characterization of
either. I
women.
was just picking that as a point. Uh-oh, did I make it weird?
No, it's great. I think a variety of those approaches. And if you think that all your characters are unhinged, it's a exciting opportunity to make some less unhinged characters.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. Because I'm definitely going to experiment with it. I haven't liked the way I've done voices for the reasons I just mentioned and many others. So I'm hoping to try something different.
What I think is funny is if you ask one of my players, did Jesse do voices that night? I'm sure they would have been like, yeah, he did. But I was like, in my head, I was like, nah, I'm not doing them. This is the low key version because like
this is cool and normal. Everybody loves it.
Everybody has an American accent this time, so that's what it is.
Yeah. Is there some sort of like bleed over effect from like the success of Critical Role and then actual plays in this? Because those are talented voice actors, who this is their bread and fucking butter. So of course it comes off well in their games, but in my game, it's like I'll start with, I don't know, someone who has something that sounds more like an Irish accent, maybe, and then it starts sliding into Australian or American version of Australian accent, and then I've lost.
Nobody's going to mistake us for professional voice actors. I think that's okay, but if there is a Matt Mercer effect, it's been nothing but good for my games. I've had players come in doing voices or just looking to tell a really compelling story, and to me, that's side effects of them being fans of, Matt Mercer and his friends, which I think is great.
That's true. Does the game mother doing voices have a positive effect on the players doing voices? Because I love when players do voices. Like do as many voices as you can, come up with different variations, do something with the character that like makes us all giggle or sound sinister. I'm in love with it. So like if me doing voices kind of enables that for the rest of the table,
exactly,
then maybe I'll keep doing it. I don't know.
See, this is going to sound really arrogant, but that's, I think, my role on the show is I think I'm pretty good at voices.
Uh-huh.
And occasionally I'll have an accent I can't stick, like poor, my poor Seamus of Oh Blackstick, where I just couldn't keep it like in the Irish and kept shifting. But like I'm pretty good at it, and I worry that like my enthusiasm and going at it full tilt in like a fantasy game where everything's some variation of a European accent from most of my NPCs is actually being like the PCs are like, well, I can't do it that well. So like I'm not gonna.
He's too good.
Yeah.
He's too good. God damn it. He's so
but I mean, like,
too good.
I was thinking about this too, like the way that I used to talk about playing a character in my like vampire LARP days and like coming into my early 20s, I think before I really started playing with you and I was playing a lot more vampire and World of Darkness games, is I took it very seriously as this like auteur experience of like, I'm embodying the character. Like they're out there in the ether and I'm just channeling them. And this is this. And I think I still like not to that level of seriousness, but like when I'm running an NPC and I'm kind of doing a voice for it, like I'm having fun embodying the character. I'm having fun not playing that role more than I am just like presenting information to the player characters. Like that's a thing that's a good time for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
One of the secrets of game mothering is if you had a lot of character ideas you wanted to play in someone's campaign, better to just run a game. Then you can be any character you want.
So
another secret of game mothering, running new players through character creation, which is our main topic for tonight. Did you guys like that seamless transition?
I had like 6 more points I wanted to bring up in the voices conversation.
This is another episode on voices.
No, go ahead.
We haven't done voices. Okay, we can go back. We can rewind.
No, keep going. I was trying to make a joke.
fine.
Let's send jokes out of the room and make characters in a very serious manner.
That's right.
Okay, it's Traveller tonight. Tonight we are making characters in Traveller. So Chris, take us off. What's Traveller?
Traveller is a science fiction role-playing game with a pedigree going back very far, not quite as far as Dungeons and Dragons, of course, but nearly. There's been many iterations. We'll be doing Mongoose Traveller, their second edition, which has also been, I believe, revised since its first release a few years ago. It's one of my favorite RPGs. It's giving big Firefly. They use traveling to describe basically adventuring. So mercenaries and folks just trying to make a living betwixt the stars. And it's a little more lethal of a system than something like D&D. And yeah, if you get shot, you're probably going to have a bad day. 1 or 2 bullets, and that might be the end for your character. And it's certainly not a super heroic game. You know, you're relatively normal people. You might be okay or even excel at a couple things, but that's not always even the case. Also, character creation is an excellent mini game to be played together as a group, and you might come out of it with medical debt, which is super exciting.
But I could do that in real life.
It's true.
I was going to say, isn't part of the lethality of this game that your character could die in character creation?
That was explicitly true in early editions. It's either impossible or very difficult from what I understand in the current ones.
Okay.
So the default campaign frame of Traveller, from my understanding, is that you have a ship and probably some debt, and you travel around doing things with your ship to try and clear your debt.
That's pretty typical. It is technically a generic sci-fi system. You could do most any far future, or even I believe the Cephas system is what underlies it for Mongoose. You could theoretically go to a backwater planet where there are no weapons. But yeah, that is the default expectation, I think, for a Traveller game. But they have other books that are like, oh, you want to be mercenaries or some other more specific thing, which I do want to run a military Traveller game at some point. But
why would you do that in Traveller and not Space Master?
Oh, you got me there. Not enough tables in Traveller.
Yeah, not enough critical tables. And I think Matty and our exposure to this, because I have the book, I've never actually played, and I think I got halfway through character creation once. Stars Without Number is very explicitly Kevin Crawford's version of Traveller.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Tables I want to steal right there.
Yeah, so the whole there was like Traveller, also the default campaign setting is there was like a faster than light travel, and then something shut it all down, and now people are just now beginning to explore again.
In Traveller?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that element of the lore. I know the Mongoose current setting is the Third Imperium, and it's a human empire. Also, like when humans left Earth, they found out that there was like other human civilizations out there that were older and more psionic. But I believe, yeah, Terra is just like
a
some backwater
scream that
planet
like wiped
point.
out like all the psychics.
It covers thousands of years of history, so that may have happened at some point.
Okay.
When I play on it, we usually like just touch on the base level of government structure and such. None of my games have gotten heavy into the ancient history. Well, I say that. You go back, and of course, there's like Forerunner aliens and their technologies buried throughout the galaxy. So that's a fun thing to mess with.
Is this the one that has the French arm? Is that like a Traveller thing?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. There was a Humble Bundle a while ago that I think is like a campaign setting for Traveller that was like the French arm.
There's a lot of content for Mongoose Traveller and the various other iterations, which is great. Like the wikis are deep if you want to delve into them. If you see in our Discord, I linked a Google Drive folder. I've already created some Google Sheet character sheets for you all. I have a single note document that we can use for kind of scratch paper, which is where I do most of my work creating a character in this, just on a sheet, but I kind of broke it down by sections.
Well, look at this preparation.
Yeah, I mean,
Such
I'm on
professionalism.
vacation till next month, so I had plenty of time today between that and packing for PAX. So it's a life path system. So you will probably start with a name and you'll roll for your characteristics. And then based on what your education characteristic is, you'll get to select from a list of background skills. And that will basically represent your character age 18. And prepare to experience the fantasy of having your hopes and dreams dashed as you try out for an occupation or attempt to go to school for further education and then perhaps fail or even suffer an injury or major setback. But at the end of this, I think we'll probably just do 3 terms. It'll depend on how fast this goes. But you'll be around 30 and you'll have lived a life and be ready for the next chapter, circa or similar to your favorite sci-fi show where people are just trying to make it after having an interesting backstory.
I do have one more question for you. I always like to try and wrap my head around this so I can understand how everything plays together. What is the basic dice resolution mechanic?
It's all 2d6. The target number when you're making rolls in a game would be 8 for almost everything, modified by the various difficulties. We will be rolling to attempt to do things, and it may be there's a variety of rolls all based on 1 or 2 d6s. For your characteristics, you'll roll 2d6 6 times. You can assign them as you wish to the 6 characteristics, which you'll see on the Google Sheet on the second tab. You've got strength, dexterity, endurance, intelligence, education, and social standing.
Okay.
I
scratch
will,
paper.
Yeah, I will put mine. I'm going to just do mine in order for the joy of dealing with what life has given me.
Mine
I have a
are
goal that I'm going to try
all
and get disappointed in.
Is that supposed to be there?
You're adding the 2 dice together. Yeah. So your characteristics, you're changing the 7 in the base column to whatever you roll,
Okay.
or rolling your 6 and then assigning them to those positions.
I'm going to go down the line.
I attempted to make a character earlier inspired by Luke Skywalker from the planet Santoine with dreams of being a starfighter pilot. And he applied to the Naval Academy and did not make it in. So he applied to the draft and became an agent, law enforcement in parentheses. Took the espionage path for that and got out of it as soon as I could to try and get, towards my dream of being a starfighter pilot. Never quite made it. Did learn to fly like shuttles and small craft in my drifting scavenging career, where I immediately lost my mentor, which was a formative event.
Sad. That's sad.
I will need
interesting.
editor access.
I will as well.
We'll figure that out.
I did want to interrupt because I really liked your character backstory here.
Share. Anyone
my
can
only
view.
experience with Traveller is through really bad jokes from like ancient episodes of Happy Jack's podcast. So I'm excited to see what actually pans out because I have a really weird memory. Like I can't navigate to save my life, but I can remember terrible jokes from years
Those
past.
jokers are the ones that turned me on to this game.
Oh, excellent. All right. There we go.
Now, once you have assigned your characteristics, you'll look at your education modifier. I got a 5 for education, so my modifier is a -1. So it is 3 plus your education modifier is how many background skills you get to select. So I'll get 2. I didn't need no schooling. If you
So
have, go ahead.
I have an 8, which has no modifier.
So you'll get 3.
I have an 11 in education.
11 will get you a total of 4 skills at level 0. If you don't have any levels, not even 0 in a skill, you roll at a -3, which is rough, the untrained penalty. But if you have at least a 0, you don't have that penalty. You have basic knowledge, but probably not much experience. The background skill list is on page 8. Probably should have copied and pasted that.
Page 8.
You have the PDF pulled up, I hope.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
My skills are on the characteristics and skills tab.
Yes, that is the overall skill list. There is a subset for what are considered background skills. I usually tell my players to imagine how you grew up. If you grew up on a sand planet fixing moisture evaporators and droids, that will guide your choice from the list. So
but otherwise, go to page 8.
Yes, that's in the physical book. I'm trying to confirm that. It is page 10 of the PDF.
I see. It is a very limited list.
I think
compared
the
to what I was
PDF
doing.
is the unrevised second edition, if I had to guess, but is the same list of background skills, I suspect.
In my one, I think you just picked a home world and then you got 1 skill from that. Is that not a thing anymore?
Yeah, so that's great if you have a list of potential homeworlds, but they don't really provide one unless the adventure you're doing or you're a referee, which is what they call the game other, those weirdos, has one provided. But even then, the idea is these are what you learned between your education and experience growing up to age 18 in whatever area or situation you grew up in. And I have a very high social standing. I'm strong. I'm actually very smart, but I'm not educated.
All right. So I got to choose some background skills in a home world.
You don't have to necessarily choose the homeworld. Just for these purposes, imagine what your situation was like. Like many sci-fi and fantasy settings and rule sets, they do have the, planet of trees, planet of sand, planet of water vibe. But I feel like you can imagine, learning other
I can
things
imagine
on
quite a bit.
Inside sailing.
Yeah, I was a fast-talking sailor in my teenage years. But I think depending on how this goes, it was either at the regatta club on his home world or he put to sea as a merchant marine at a tender age.
I'm taking, I think, athletics and carouse. I'm very smart, but I squandered my formative years.
I took
doing
seafarer,
sports and
carouse, and
parties.
streetwise.
Impeccable.
Wow, the book says at this point I'm 18 years old and ready to take on the universe.
Jesse, do you have a career in mind, or perhaps the Naval Academy or the Military Academy or university?
No, not first. Not first. I'm going for nobility.
Ooh, I'm trying to work that social standing.
Yeah, is that still a thing in this one? Because I was looking at my first edition book.
No, yeah, most of it's the same, but
Noble.
Specifically some of the things about the careers have changed. Yeah, noble. So you need to roll 2d6 and add your social standing modifier and hope to get a 10 to enter the noble career.
11.
In 11, you have succeeded.
Yes.
That is awesome. So you will go to the noble section in the PDF, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
And under the service skills section, there's 6 tables. you'll gain all those at level 0. So in my book, it's
Okay.
admin, advocate, electronics, diplomat, investigate, and persuade.
Where is that?
Why am I looking at the book that's different from the PDF? Let
I
me
have to choose an assignment.
first get your basic training.
Okay. Is that a D6 or?
You're taking every one of those on that list for your first term. It will be a roll, or maybe you get to choose thereafter. We'll double check when we get to that point.
1D
You're not rolling, you're taking each one.
for just the one.
On the list, on the service skills list, you get all those skills.
I'm not seeing a service skills list.
It may have changed. That's what I get for having a different edition. Noble, service skills, under skills and training, top. It's the middle top of the 2 rows. Admin, advocate, electronics, diplomat, investigate, persuade.
I'm looking at the core rulebook update 2022.
On page 39 for Noble.
And page 38.
Is the background white or black in your book?
White.
And it says Noble,
Yep.
real big, and there's a big skills and training section.
I see skills and training, and then there's a table.
There's many tables. That's actually 6 tables.
Yeah.
And there's one that should have a heading service skills in the top
Okay.
middle of that section.
Right. See it. Service skills.
You gain each one of those at 0. Matty, what path are you taking?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm still trying to choose background skills.
All right. You found the list okay?
Well, the list is on the character sheet, isn't it?
So that's every skill in the game. That's not the subset. Do you have the PDF pulled up?
Okay. Let me undo what I did.
Yeah, I would not select any skills in that list because it's kind of important for your character's story to know when you gain the skills, I feel.
Okay.
Others might disagree, but they're wrong. So don't sweat that. So if you got the PDF pulled up, let me find that page again. Boop, boop, boop. Playing games on the internet is fun and easy. PDF page 10, bottom right, background skills under the skills section.
Page 10 is where do I come from? And it's a piece of artwork.
Is this the PDF from the file I shared, the folder I shared?
I opened the Traveller Core Rulebook Update 2022.
Yeah, that's what I have open. It says, where do I come from? Huh.
I read that book when I was a little kid.
Okay, go back
Had
one
all the
page.
drawings of like naked people and very.
Is there a big spaceship on that page?
On page 10, yeah. Where do I come from? Big spaceship.
Go. So okay, it's the book page is 9. But on my PDF display it says page 10 of the document.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Characteristics.
So it's the last section of this page under skills, background skills.
Mm-hmm.
There's admin 0, animal 0, art 0, etc.
All right. So I need to select 4 of those.
Correct. Apparently those are the only things you can learn in your youth.
Where do I put those in on the character sheet?
I would not put them on the character sheet. That's why I made a Google Doc in the shared folder with a tab with your name on it.
How dare you?
Man, wait till we do this a second time. We're going to be so good at it, you guys. All right, checking back with Jesse. You have acquired your basic training. So the next thing you're going to do is select your assignment.
Dilettante.
Hell yeah. So now
I'm known for being known and have absolutely no useful function in society.
This is where you will roll a single d6. You can choose from any one of those 6 skills and training tables, except for the 2 that are not your specialization, right?
So I can choose
Administrator,
personal
diplomat.
development, additional service skill, advanced education.
You cannot
or
choose
dilettante.
advanced education at this point unless your education's high enough, apparently.
My education is 8. So, yay, I can.
So you'll choose an appropriate table and roll a d6.
Okay. I have somehow wandered out of the noble section. So could
Matt,
I
you
choose the
got-
personal development table?
Yes, you can.
Okay. 2, Dex +1.
Very good. For shooting people, sword fighting, gambling, maybe,
Yeah,
depending on what kind of game it is.
yeah. So I add 1 to my Dex,
Correct.
to my base Dex.
Yes. That's
Okay.
how I would do it, anyways.
Cool. I did it. That's
You
done.
did it. You got your skill increase. Now you have to roll to see if you survive your 4 years as a noble dilettante.
Ooh. So I rolled the event table, or?
Survival roll is indicated on the top of the noble page, near where the just near the top of that.
All right. Social standing +5.
So yeah, you're looking to get a 5 plus, rolling 2d6
Well, that die
and
is
adding
gone
your social
forever.
standing modifier.
Okay. A 1 and a 4 plus a 1 is a 6.
And what was the target number again? 5?
5 plus.
You have survived. That means you don't get to roll in the mishap table. I'm so sorry.
Aw.
You do still roll 2d6 to determine what event you experience that defines this period of time for you.
And one of the things I was reading in the first edition book that I assume is the same as I'm looking through events, I should also be looking for ways to make connections to the other characters through what happened in the event.
Yes. So once we each have rolled our event for the first term, then each one of us will get an opportunity to make a connection. And we pick one event, right? So like each event doesn't have to be connected to another player, but each player needs to make a connection to another player each term, and you can use either person's event.
Okay. I got a 10. You manipulate and charm your way through high society, gain 1 level of carouse, diplomat, persuade, or steward, as well as a rival and an ally. Oh, I'm so doing a voice for this guy.
That's very good. Let's check in with Matty. Note all that stuff in the Google Doc. Matty, have you seen the list of careers?
Yeah, I'm looking
considered
at it
higher
right
education?
now. Yeah.
Where does your heart lead you? Where does your young person wish to go with their life?
Based on my terrible role, I guess I will go with scholar.
Excellent. To qualify, you need to roll 2d6 and add your intelligence modifier.
I got
Once
a
again,
9.
Ooh, a 9. You have succeeded. So you will go to the scholar section if you're not already there.
Mm-hmm.
And looking at the service skills, there's 6 skills there. You will get all of those at rank 0. I would just note them in the Google Doc under basic training for term 1. So it looks like, no, that's Drifter. That's the wrong one. I got real into that one earlier in my practice character.
All right. I'm at scholar.
Scholar on the first page, skills and training, top middle. So driver or flyer, electronics, diplomat, medic, investigate, science. You gain each of those skills at rank 0, which means you have you know enough not to get a severe penalty when you roll. Although you have to decide between driving ground vehicles or flying atmospheric aircraft.
Okay. I will be a flyer.
I think I'm trying to decide which one of these is closest to being a professional athlete. And that's probably going to be entertainer performer. Except I'm really strong. I don't know how agile I am. Let me double check here before I commit to this. So, Matty, once you've got all those jotted down, you'll pick a specialty: field researcher, scientist, or physician.
Now, what if one of these is one that I had previously selected as my 4? Do I get a bonus to it, or should I select a different one?
Because it specifies rank 0, it will not go up. Any other time, if you just get it without a number associated, you would increase it by 1.
Okay.
But because it's your basic training, that you won't bump it up at this time.
So are these all 0 at this point?
Correct.
Okay.
Which is good in this system somehow. I'm going to go ahead and roll to see if I can make it into the performer career. That is, I've got super cool dice I kickstarted years ago when I first got into playing Traveller, but they're kind of hard to read. I haven't used them in a while. I got an 8, so that will do
those
it.
Die.
Yeah. All right, so I'm in a performer. That's very exciting. Entertainer, performer. All right.
Wait,
so
do I get
Matty,
service skills or field researcher?
say that one more time. Sorry.
You said only the skills under service skills?
You get all those for your basic training, and then you make your assignment selection.
Okay.
Which will be one of those 3: field researcher, scientist, or physician.
Gotcha. Then I will take field researcher. Do I get all these +1s to my ability scores?
What you'll do at this point is you get to pick one of these tables. If your education is at least a 10, then you can roll on all of them except for scientist or physician. You get to pick one of the 4 available tables, roll a d6, and you get the skill from the table you selected. So you could pick the field researcher table and then roll to see what you get, or personal development, or service skills again, or advanced education. And at this point, you're getting this, whatever it says, which will bump something up if you already have it.
Okay.
At a lower level.
So I'm going to stick with field researcher. And did you say the personal development, all those go up by +1, my ability scores?
If you're going to roll a d6 once you pick the table. So if you're rolling on the field researcher table,
yeah,
that's your selection for this 4-year term. And you'll roll a d6 and bump whatever you get there to 1 or take it at 1, as the case may be.
Okay.
And then you get to see if you survive. So the survival roll for a field researcher is endurance of 6+. So you roll 2d6 and add your endurance modifier.
All right. I got a 10.
That is just a great success. Man, nobody's going to roll in the mishaps. I hope I roll low. That's when things really get interesting. Okay,
we got like 8 more years.
Right. You have succeeded, so now you'll roll your event, which is just a 2d6 on the event table, which is the second page of the scholar section.
All right. I got a 7 life event. Roll on the life events table.
Ooh.
On page 46.
Yep. That's a good one. That's where I witnessed a terrible death, but it could have been a birth if I had so chosen.
All right. Going to roll 2d6. My life event was ending of a relationship. A romantic relationship involving you ends badly. Gain a rival or an enemy.
That's very good. You'll want to note that under roll event for term 1 in the Google Doc, and I would make your selection and tell us, is it going to be a A rival or an enemy?
It's going to be an enemy.
Hell yeah. All right, jumping back to Jesse, we left off. You had just recorded your event,
Yes.
and now you get to see if you get to advance in rank.
So that is int 7+.
I believe in you.
Okay. Int 7+. Looking at my character sheet where I recorded my int, I have no modifier. 2 dice on the table. I got a 5. I do not advance in rank.
Well, can't win them all.
Yeah.
Those kind of things often determine the next choices I make. All right. So, having failed to up your situation as a dilettante, you basically at this point decide if you're going to continue in this career path.
Oh
or
man, my
if you're
title
gonna
at rank
switch to
0
something
is
else.
wastrel.
Yeah.
Kind of want to continue as a wastrel.
He has such a great pedigree, but he just doesn't want to do anything with his life. He has no motivation.
Yep. Spoiling the privileges of rank and breeding on just sailing at the regatta, refusing to get a job. Yeah, I think I'm going to do another term as a noble.
Excellent. You'll scroll down to your second term and make note of that. Let's see. I have taken entertainer performer, rolled a 6. So I got streetwise. I was hoping for something more like another level of athletics, but apparently I spent some time figuring things out, in the urban mix, the royal of society. I assume around the stadium neighborhood. Streetwise. And then I'm going to roll for my survival as a performer. It is int 5+. Ooh. No, actually, I'm the smartest. I get a +2.
Rough crowd, chicken wire. They play both kinds of music, country and western.
They had those wavy fingers and they distracted me. I got a 9, which is a success. How disappointing.
You survived being a performer.
Yeah. 7, life event. Womp, 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 womp. Flip to the life event table.
I'm just sitting here trying to think how I tie my wastrel existence of charming my way through society to Matt's ending of a relationship.
Ooh, I got a new relationship. I become involved in a romantic relationship and I gain an ally.
Oh, that's actually better for the intercrew tension. If just like, I'm leaving you for this performer.
All right. This is a good time for us to make connections. Matty, who are you going to make a connection to, Jesse or myself?
I'm going to make a connection with Jesse.
All right. Now, remind us, Matty, what your event was.
It was a bad relationship. It ended badly that created an enemy.
And Jesse, your event.
My event in my first term was, where was that? Roll survival, roll event. You manipulate and charm your way through high society. Gain 1 level of carouse, diplomat, persuader, steward, as well as a rival and an ally.
All right. Now we pick one of these events, or I've had fun meshing the two. Nobody says you can't. So is there a short story we can tell about this event? The great thing is you each get to then choose a skill to take or increase to level 1. And it can be anything from the overall skill list. Ideally, something that makes sense within our short story.
I just really like that my sci-fi space character has got real strong Decemberist song vibes going on. I don't know. Would you have been in high society, Matty, to have met me as I was charming my way through?
Definitely not. My social standing is a 2.
Oof. Oof.
I'm in the dregs, baby.
I can't talk to you. So, okay. Then maybe we go with your event.
Okay. You want to go with my event? Do you want to be my rival or my enemy?
No, I don't think I'm the rival or the enemy. I think is that right? Am I the rival or the enemy? That's like
Well,
an
now,
NPC that's out
listen,
there.
we can make any choices we want, but that we do have to be an adventuring group. We don't necessarily have to be a harmonious one at the end of this. I'm sorry, a traveling group, a crew. But yeah, yeah, these your two situations do make this a little more challenging.
Hmm.
I could have had a somewhat decent social standing, and now I'm a pariah from high society because of this relationship ending badly.
Oh,
So
yeah.
now my social standing is fucked, and it's a 2 because this relationship ended. It was a romantic relationship as well. So
Ooh.
um, that's what we have to work with. And the way I see it, being a scientist or a scholar, I should say, um, maybe I was. So let me look at my skills here. I've got a
I,
1 in investigate now.
I've got an idea.
Okay, let's hear it.
Maybe your rival and my rival are the same, and that you were, as I was making my way through society, we met at cards, and I took a liking to you, and from carousing around in society, I knew perhaps that some cad had untoward intentions towards your beloved, and she ran off with him, and I tried to warn you.
I see. All right. That works for me.
Like there is a code among the nobility of our world, the bro code.
Doth code of bros.
Yes.
All
Doth thou
right.
even bro?
What skill will each of you take from this series of events?
Vac suit.
Yes. Sometimes to escape, you have to throw on the vac suit and step out into the unknown.
What happened was that this rival of Jesse's character turned into an enemy of mine when they sealed me into an airlock and tried to shoot me out into space with my girlfriend. How dare you?
Very
Luckily, I had a vac suit, and was
good. You
able
learned real
to
quick.
figure it out just in time as the cold, icy death of space was creeping into my body. How about that?
Well, all of a sudden, all the stop, drop, roll put on your vac suit drills just like locked in.
Mm-hmm.
What skill will you be taking, Jesse?
I'm taking diplomat because I was like, I could really offend this guy, tell him about his girl, stepping out into airlocks with strange dudes. And, so that's what I learned, how to be a little bit more diplomatic in my approach.
That's a very good. I need to go to my advancement real quick. 4, 5, 6, and I need a 7 on Dex, which I do not make. No advancement, alas. I think I'm going to stick with it one more term. Oh, I need to forge a connection. I will make a connection with Matty. This gets more interesting the more players you have. I don't know that I've done it with a group of just 3 of us, but we'll see how it goes. So my event was something I totally remember because I just rolled it. I don't remember it, but it was a 6 result. It was a new relationship. I entered a romantic relationship and gained an ally.
Well,
Listen, we're going to be 8 years from this moment, so we can just say no more, say no more. We don't have to make it weird. I got animals veterinary, probably. No, it doesn't make sense.
well, hello, Dolly.
think I'm just going to go ahead and set my carouse to 1 for this one. I feel like that's how that would have went down. Someone was drowning their tears, rebound situation. Didn't work out, but we're still friends. Or at least allies.
Okay.
Any objections?
Nope.
No.
What skill will you take, man?
I will take let's see. I'm gonna up my flyer to 1.
Very romantic.
I can't wait to be 22, guys. It's going to be great.
We jump ahead, age 22. All that stuff happened somewhere in that 4-year period. Jesse, what's term 2 looking? You're staying a dilettante, sounds like.
I think I am going to, or maybe, can I change assignment, or do I have to qualify again to be a noble?
You don't have to qualify again. Changing assignment, you will likely have to roll again.
Could I keep my survival going if I stayed dilettante?
Every term you make a survival roll. Changing assignments. New assignments in agent, citizen, entertainer, merchant. Consider new careers. Oh, nobility. You do just make a qualification roll. It's not considered a new career like it is in the others. So yeah, you have to roll to qualify if you're switching assignments.
Okay, I automatically qualify because my SOC is 10 or higher.
So you're adding your modifier and your
the trait. There's a thing for qualification for noble, automatic qualification if your social standing is 10 or higher.
Nepo babies.
I know, like seriously,
every time.
That's what I'm kind of thinking about.
Like,
I'm thinking
at age 22.
Maybe my parents are like, all right, enough of playing cards and gambling away your fortune and the stupid sailing thing you're doing. Like, you've got a job in the planetary administration office now. But I'm like, but I want to be a wastrel.
Once again, you'll pick from the skills and training tables, and roll a d6 and take that skill at 1.
Okay. So this is, so I do have to roll survival first, or
no, first you take your skill, then you roll survival. I sent you a giant flowchart from Reddit, you guys.
Yeah, I have
Can we hit that into the video?
It
sounds like a lot of work,
but I only have two windows. Okay. So I'm going to take my, screw it. I'm going to stay as a dilettante. And then I'm going to roll on the personal development. Sweet gambler.
Ooh, that's a good one. And then it is time to roll your survivor roll again for whatever it says for dilettante.
Okay. Survival. Social standing +5. I have rolled a 5 +1 for 6. I have survived.
Then you roll your event for this term.
Okay. Event for this term. A 5. You inherit a gift from a rich relative. Gain DM +1 to 1 benefit roll.
Yeah, you'll note that for once you muster out what they call it when you leave a particular career. You'll get to resolve all your mustering out benefits, which could involve credits or other benefits. My Luke Skywalker analog got a pistol out of his deal.
Ooh.
And, a pocket full of credits.
Okay, pick skill or training. I'm recording that as my gambler. So then I need to make my advancement roll.
Correct.
Int 7+. I have rolled an 8. Oh no, responsibility and rank.
What is your next rank?
My
What
rank
is it?
1 is no title change, no skill or bonus.
Oh, well,
Rank 1 is nothing. I'm still
he's
a
trying to
wastrel.
do something with his life, but we
But
don't think he
rank
has the
2,
aptitude.
the title is ingrate.
All right, Maddie. You are staying in your career as a scholar or switching it up?
Correct.
Okay. And you're not switching assignments, which would involve basically applying a whole new career. You're staying what was your assignment again?
Field researcher.
Field researcher. Excellent. So then we jump to pick a skill training table to roll on. And it will be the same options for selection. So all of them except for the two that aren't your assignments.
I
Pick
got
one,
science.
roll a d6, and you increase whatever you land on.
Science.
And so, for the listeners at
Science.
home, tell me if this is wrong in the new version, but I picked this up from my first edition Traveler book. If it specifically says the skill 0, you get it at 0, and if you already have it, nothing happens. But if it just says the skill name and there's no number next to it,
You bump it up.
you bump whatever it is at up. And
Did you already
started at
have
1 if you
science?
didn't have it.
I had science at 0.
Okay. So now that you have science 1, you pick a specialty for that one. We've got a long list. This is a good time to look at the Google Sheet because you've got archaeology, astronomy, biology, chemistry, cosmology, cybernetics, economics, genetics, history, linguistics, philosophy, physics, planetology, science, psionicology, psychology, robotics, sophontology, and of course, xenealogy.
Xenealogy is aliens and shit, isn't it?
You got it. You got it.
All right.
Most of them do what they say on the box.
What's sophontology?
It's thinking beings like intelligent life, basically.
Well, that's dumb.
We're all sophons here, right? No matter how many tentacles or eyeballs we have.
I'm not. I'm just a complex recursive algorithm.
I'm
You're
going to
a
take
nepo baby.
cybernetics.
Nice. Love to see it. Excellent. Okay, so having selected or resolved your skill increase, you roll for survival, and it's the same target number for a field researcher.
2d6.
Adding whichever appropriate. Let's see, it's endurance. You're looking for a 6 plus, 2d6 plus your endurance modifier.
I got an 8.
You have survived. It's a shame. The mishaps are so good, you guys. All right. You will then roll your event for the term.
All right. I got life event. Roll on the life events table. Okay, here we go. Oh. Went too far. Dear God, I've gone too far. All right, here we go.
He's gone too far.
Or have you not gone far enough?
I got betrayal. You are betrayed in some fashion by a friend. If you have any contacts or allies, convert one into a rival or enemy. Otherwise, gain a rival or an enemy. And I'm going to take another enemy, and it's going to be one of you guys. No, it's going to have to be my trusted. This is why my social standing is 2. Okay. So my girlfriend and I were wrapped up in some peak cybernetic research. We needed funding, and it was her motivation for us to try to apply for sponsorship in high society to get it privately funded, because there is an unethical aspect to our research, and going through the usual channels would not yield good enough results. So we decided to risk everything by entering into these high stakes card games as a way to make contact with potential sponsors for our research. And we we had one, let's see, we had one person from my life who is a friend of mine that I made through these circles, and they put in everything that they had. I convinced them to do it. And when this mysterious enemy that Jesse warned me about that sealed me into an airlock and then forgot to press the button, and instead it went on a gradual timer, which gave me plenty of time to wriggle through a vac suit and figure out how it worked, so that when it eventually expelled me into space half an hour later, I was fully prepared. So I will say that this person became a dear friend because they saw the potential value of what we were offering, and was kind of a live by the seat of their pants kind of individual. And therefore, they were willing to accept the risk. And because my girlfriend betrayed me with my first enemy, taking all the money and eventually bringing ruin, not just to my standing, but also to my dear friend, who is now a bitter enemy and has put a price on my head, which is reflectant of my social standing of 2.
It's
I
all coming
say,
together.
never underestimate the charms of Space Dastardly and his mustache.
I love it.
Excellent. I have continued as a performer. I rolled and got carouse. This round succeeded on my survival. My event was a work of mine or performance of mine was well received, and I'll get a+1 to one of my benefit rolls. So finally, someone's recognizing my prowess. I'm going to roll my advancement roll. Matty, you will now roll your advancement roll as well. 7+ dex, and I rolled a 5. What's my bonus? I don't think it's enough.
What's my advancement roll again?
It's on the scientist page, scholar page.
Scholar?
For field researcher, you need a 6+ with intelligence.
2d6?
Yep. Dexterity 7. I have 0, so I did not get all that work and still no advancement.
I got a 5.
Alas.
My career is ruined.
We've got one more round to see if we can get somewhere with our lives before we give up and go traveling, aka adventuring. Let's link some characters. Jesse, who are you linking with for your event?
With my event of the wealthy relative? I don't know. I guess I'll link with you because I haven't yet.
Very good. Now, I did have a work that was well received. Just saying, we could pick my event, your event, or mesh the two.
Mine is just a wealthy relative gave me a fancy present. Maybe it's your work.
Was it a private performance at a birthday party, perhaps?
Yeah, champagne room.
I'll be your private dancer.
I was picturing like aerial acrobatics. Actually, I'm more of a strong character than a dexterous character. So feats of strength, ripping space telephone books in half, trying to convey the love of Space Christ and how it enables us to do physical feats. The power team's at the root of everything, you guys. What skill will you take from this connection?
Oh gosh. Well, how was I motivated to love Space Christ more? By seeing you rip a space phone book. Malay.
Hell yeah. That's great. I'm going to take that as well. There were combat feats at this party.
Yeah.
I love this.
I was like, I can't believe my aunt for this, for her daughter's cotillion hired this space power team to do this. But I wound up like taking a summer of traveling with you guys, learning blade work.
Hell yeah.
Through the power of Space Jesus.
Oh, that's fabulous. Okay. And then, Matty, who do you want to make a connection with?
Chris, what was our initial connection?
A romantic entanglement that ended positively.
Okay.
Just friends now, though. It's
Can
not
we
weird.
can we build on that then?
So your event, what'd you roll? Like, what was the raw generic boring thing that you rolled on the life event table?
My Mine was a new enemy.
You weaved a rich tapestry, and I don't remember where it started at.
Neither do
Oh, it was a
I.
new al. No, you made another enemy,
I
right?
made another enemy.
Because
It was
of
this time it was a dear friend.
so there was a big turn. I think we've all crossed paths now at this Jesse's character's big wastrel focused celebration, and yeah, we crossed paths there. Maybe we ran into each other again.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah,
There was a whist
Hi.
tournament.
I feel like
after hours.
there was a shocking number of like exes and future exes at this party.
Maybe that was
You
the
know?
theme.
Yeah, the theme is
All my
drama.
exes play whist in Space Texas. That's why I play Space Whist in Tennessee.
All right, well, anyways, what skill do you want to get out of this? Because I'm not sure. Profession, hydroponics, perhaps?
Let's see here. Let me go back up to Scala.
Heavy weapons, man portable? I think I needed athletics endurance for that one.
Let's see here.
That's what I'm going with.
I am going to take survival.
It did get crazy. It was a wild time.
Oh wait, no, I already have I'm gonna take survival 0. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Well,
Yeah, that's
you
the
would be
ticket.
gaining it at 1 because it doesn't
Survival
specify 0.
1.
Or bumping it up if you already have it.
All right.
Okay, is everybody planning on staying in their current
Well,
career?
I don't think I can because I got a 5.
So you can switch it up at any term. You would just have to roll to get into the new thing, and if you fail, interesting things happen. So, I mean, do you see your character sticking with what they were doing or trying something new after
Well,
all the revelations?
After this whole debacle, I imagine he was expelled from the scientific community and lost all of the licenses and accreditations that come with it. So I will have to pursue a new career.
What are you gonna-
Drifter.
Well, no, here's the thing. You try to get into something, and if you fail, Drifter's one of the options. It's like, where would you take yourself after all that? I'll give you a moment to consider. Jesse, are you staying a dilettante?
I'm really tempted to go for the ingrate title. But I think at some point now, 28, responsibility has shaken its menacing stick at me, and mom and dad had threatened to cut me off if I didn't get a job, and so they got me a job running a planet, or some portion of one. So I'm gonna try and go into the administrator, which is a qualification role for me. However, since I have a social standing of 10 or higher, I automatically qualify because daddy got me a job.
I love that for you.
Nepo baby.
Matty, what are you thinking?
This is a tough one. It's let's see here. Not the Navy. Not a merchant.
I finally got traction as an entertainer. I've got to stick with it. I'm going to break it big. This is my series of 4 years that probably has a nickname in the future.
You know, it's really boring, but I think I'm going to just go into being a citizen, or at least attempt to become a citizen.
Okay. Just a normal citizen with a job and everything?
Yeah, I'm going to try to become a colonist, right? Like I figure the colonist away from society where nobody knows me.
Yeah, things
maybe an
aren't working
opportunity
out
to pursue my
socially.
research.
So you need to roll, well, it would be education 5 plus. However, you get a -1 for your one previous career. And then
Perfect.
whatever your education modifier is,
My education modifier. I have an education of 11,
which gives you a
modifier of
modifier
1.
1. So that's canceled out by the penalty for your previous 8 years.
All right.
So roll that 2d6.
Rolling the dice, boss. I got a 6.
You've done it. You're a citizen.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go worker. I'm a blue collar worker on an industrial world. I think that's basically it.
I'm an iron
So
worker. I've always been an iron worker.
Like
the the worker assignment is what I'm hearing.
yeah, I am a worker.
So being that this is not your first career, you will choose one from the service skill list to gain at 0, I believe. That works.
Okay. I'm going to take Streetwise. Get your Streetwise.
And then for your assignment, you're choosing just worker or colonist.
I'm going to go with worker.
Excellent.
I think colonist is too good for this guy.
I really enjoy the cred that playing whist, space whist with my disgraced cyberneticist friend who's now a worker brings to me. Like I'm in touch with the common man.
Right. We do need to do, Matty, your muster out benefits since you left your life as a scholar. So you served 2 terms. You did not advance in rank at all. And you didn't receive any results from events that indicated more mustering out benefit rolls, correct? Or modifiers?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. So that means you have 2 rolls, and there are 2 tables you can choose from, cash or benefits. You can roll the same one twice or roll on each one as you see fit.
All right.
It's a single D6 for each roll.
You know, I'm going to take benefits because I feel like he's got no fucking money.
So 2
I feel
rolls
like
on
all
the
of his
benefit
money
table.
is gone.
Excellent.
So I'm going to roll 1d6. And I got a 4, which is Soch plus 1.
Oh my gosh. Maybe it wasn't as bad as you thought.
Or building a new life for myself.
Yeah. So what's your second roll going to be? Benefits as well, it sounded like.
Yep. And I got a 6, which is I got a lab ship.
Oh, wow. That's very good. You probably don't own the ship, but you have, a high degree of access to one. Very interesting. Lab ship. You receive a lab ship with 25% of the mortgage paid off on it. This lab ship is identical to the one on page 170, but you must roll 1d times on the old ships table on page 165. Would you roll a single d6 and tell me what number you get?
I got a 2.
2. So you're going to roll twice on the old ship. It's an older lab ship, but it checks out. On the outdated ship table, I need you to roll 2d6.
I got an 11.
That's very good. The ship is 76 to 100 years old, which is 40% off the purchase price. And it means 7 rolls on the spacecraft quirks table. Was it the quirks table? It's the actual. That's incredible. Yeah. Go ahead and roll 2d6 one more time.
Got a 6.
I'm sorry. Did I say more than 100 years? I meant more than 140 years. But I'll tell you what, we'll take another 25% off this lab ship. It does have 4 more quirks for a total of 11. We'll save those spacecraft quirk rolls for when you actually take possession of said vessel. I'm just glad we could get you in this thing today. I mean, it wasn't going to last long on the lot, All right, we'll check back in with your progress as a normal human citizen. Jesse, how's socialiting
Mhm.
going?
It's going, I mean, I assume pretty well. Let's see if I survive. I got a 7, so I survived. Hooray! So that means I'm going to roll on. I'm just going to keep rolling on that personal development. I'm really just been taking the last 12 years to work on myself. And I got a 6, so that's a melee. So now I've got Blade 2.
Ooh, it's exciting.
So this is actually exactly where I wanted to go with this guy, like some wastrel fop who's good with a sword. Like,
I'll tell you what,
Perfect.
my social standing just went up in my third term, so the story's really coming together, you guys.
All
do I
right.
roll event or advancement next?
Roll to survive.
I did. I survived.
Okay. And then you roll your event.
Okay, my event is another 10. You manipulate and charm your way through high society. Gain 1 level of carouse, diplomat, persuader, steward.
That's very good.
And I have another rival and ally. So I have 2 rivals and 2 allies.
I explicitly got an unusual event on the life event table, and it's a 5. Contact with government. You briefly came into contact with the highest echelons of the Imperium. I'm never going to your parties again. An Archduke or the Emperor, perhaps, or Imperial intelligence. Ooh, very scary. Contact with government. And Matty,
Yes,
let's
sir.
see, we had just started figuring out your situation as a citizen. You'd selected your service skill, and then you do need to pick one of the tables you have available to you, the 6 skills and training. You can't roll on colonist or corporate, but that leaves personal development, service skill. Do you have education at least 10? You probably do, right?
I do not.
Okay, so you can't roll on advanced education. So that leaves personal development, service skills, or worker. And you'll get to roll on one of those.
I'm going to roll on worker.
Nice.
And I got engineer.
Wow. So they put you on a lab ship and just made you figure out how to keep the old thing running, is what I'm getting from this.
I mean, it works for me.
So you gain engineer 1, assuming you don't already have it,
Engineer 1.
which means you get to select a specialization. I hope there's not as many for engineering. No, there's jump drive, life support, M drive, which is your maneuver drive for not when you're in faster than light travel, and then power, which is the power center of the ship.
All right, I'm going to choose life support. It's got a special place in my heart because of the whole vac suit incident.
That's super fair. And then it's time to see if you survive, which I believe is endurance 4 plus.
All right, got a 6.
I finally advanced as a performer. It only took 12 years. Did you succeed on that roll? I'm sorry, I lost
Oh,
contact
what
with
was that?
reality
You
for a
said
second.
4 plus the result?
So you,
4
your
plus means
target
4 or
number
higher is your target number.
Oh,
is
then
a
I got a
5
6. I made it.
plus. You did it. You have survived.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was 4 plus was the target. Okay, and then you're rolling on the event table for citizen.
I got an 8. You learn something you should not have. A corporate secret, a political scandal, which you can profit from illegally. If you choose to do so, then you gain DM +1 to a benefit roll from this career and gain Streetwise 1, Deception 1, or Criminal Contact. If you refuse, you gain nothing.
What's a little embezzling between friends, you know?
Yeah, so I'm going to I'm going to learn a corporate secret.
I
Because
have good.
oh, go ahead.
No,
They're
you
not
go.
they're
No,
not
they've-
smart. That's the secret.
I'm going to learn a corporate secret because the research that I was involved in is now in phase 1 testing. And surprise, surprise, it was on the very world where I was working, with engineering. And that, because of my familiarity with the technology, I have begun looking into options to steal it. And I am going to gain a criminal contact to do so.
It's very suspicious. I like it.
What is DM +1 again?
So when you go to roll, was it for a mustering out benefit? You'll add
Mhm.
1 to the roll
Okay.
on either the cash or benefits table.
Benefits.
Jesse, you have done your event.
Yes.
And then roll to advance, I believe, is where you're at.
I did. I advanced as an admin. I am now a clerk. And I gained admin 1 as a skill bonus.
Thrilling good times.
I somehow, despite all my best efforts, learned how to do the job.
Learned a practical skill.
Yes, I'm
All
very
it took
disappointed.
was a serious social safety net and no fear of failure.
Yes. And I was so upset about it. I think I'm going to jump ahead to connections. I'm so upset about it that when I saw this permit come through for this research, I was like, my old card buddy from that kerfuffle with the lady, I believe he was involved in this. He might want to know. And I smuggled some documents out.
Ooh. It sounds like Matty and Jesse need to select a skill from that connection.
Any skill?
Yeah, literally any skill.
I want something
Deception.
deceptive. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
At level 1, or I believe you can just bump something up.
I'm going to take deception.
Oh, okay. If I can just bump something up, I had to stab a guy to do it. So melee 3. No, I'm
I
taking
think that's
deception.
how that works. There's no way to know for sure. Checks the rules. 2 free skills. You can gain any skill, but can't bring a skill above 3, and you can't take Jack of all trades because that's the no-brainer. Removes your -3 from everything if you get Jack of all trades. It's hard to come by, though. Okay, cool. My connection, Matty, if you don't mind, the government contacted me about some very disconcerting activities in some very high-level research. And hopefully I didn't give anything away by accident. That's all I'm saying. I'm a public person now. I'm a freelancer. I'm making moves. People know who I am. They want to see what I can do with a blade everywhere I go.
Right.
But I mean, nobody's ever accused me of being intelligent. I secretly am actually kind of smart, but it hasn't gotten me anywhere. And then, so you and I will both take a skill from that.
Okay. Well, I was first attracted to you by your staggering intellect. Let's see here.
I think I'm going to take melee 1 for this one. I don't think I had it before.
I'm going to take gun combat.
Nice.
And I'm going to, do I choose, I'm going to choose slug.
Excellent.
That's what they got on this world is slug throwers.
There's a certain artistry to a rifled barrel, if you know what I mean, my old friend. Melee blade, obviously. Okay. And then it's time for everybody to muster out. Matty, you have 1 term in this career. So the way character creation ends, this mini game, is we wrap up the career we in, and we're getting ready to start our travels together on whatever adventure has for us. And part of this is we determine why we've left what we were doing to start this new arc, right? Obviously, the lab ship's coming with from the previous, so things are progressing story-wise already. We haven't even officially started the role-playing game. But Matty, you have, I believe, just the one benefit roll for one term. Did you roll your advanced roll for citizen worker? Don't think we got to that, actually.
I don't know if I did that.
That would be education 8+ is what you're looking to hit. 2d6 plus your education modifier.
Okay, I got a 5.
Sadly, no. So that means just the one benefit roll, which you will have, I believe, a +1 or +2 from
+1.
your event. Okay. Will you be doing cash or benefits?
I'm going to do benefits.
Nice.
Seeing as we are all friends with benefits.
Hmm.
And I'm going to roll it. I got a 5 on my roll.
So a total of 6.
And I got 2 ship shares.
Okay. Presumably towards the ship we're on would make the most sense, story-wise. Ship shares are like stocks, but, in a particular vessel. Let's see. Ship shares. You obtain one or more ship shares that can be put towards obtaining a ship. Each share is worth MCR1, but cannot be redeemed for cash. That is 1 million credits. So you have 2 million worth of credits towards presumably this lab ship.
Okay.
And then Jesse, you have 3 terms and I believe 1 promotion.
2.
No, 2 promotions. Okay. So you have 5 mustering out rolls with no modifiers, if I recall.
I do have 1 modifier because I got the
Ooh.
gift from a.
Excellent. You want to do the modifier roll first?
Yes, let's see what comes up from that. Mustering out. I'm going to go with. Let's go for the benefits. Can you see it? See the 6?
It's a 6.
+1 makes it 7.
That's very good.
Which means I have +1 social standing and a yacht. Ha
Wow. Hit the jackpot there.
Okay. So +1 social standing. Where do I put yacht on my character sheet? And
There
what does that
is
mean?
a section. I would note it on the just on your scratch paper, your Google Doc for now. It's probably a family vessel, You're allowed to take it out whenever you want. See if they give that an entry in the mustering out section. Yes. You receive a yacht with 25% of the mortgage paid off. This yacht is identical to the one on page 186, but you must roll 1d times on the old ships table on page 165. You have 1 share? Or no, you just have a yacht. Okay. Roll one 6-sided die. Let's see
5.
how old your ship is. 5 is pretty good, I suspect, for me. It is 2d6. So roll another die and add that on.
3, 8.
Total of 8. 31 to 40 years old, practically brand new. That is 25% off the overall price on the market. And 4 rolls on the spacecraft quirks table.
Which we'll handle later. All right, I got 4 more mustering out rolls to make.
Let's do it.
I'm going to take a benefits, and that is a 4, so my social standing increases by 1.
Who knew he needed to get into admin to make a name for himself?
Yeah,
Separate
apparently.
himself from the family name.
Well, now that you've worked 4 years, like just, we'll just continue to give you rank. I'm now at social standing 12. For my third one, I'm going to go for benefits again. I rolled a 6, which is another yacht. So,
Oh, and it does say what to do if you get that again, actually.
while I do that, I'm going to roll twice on the cash.
Do it.
A 2 and a 5. So that is 10,000 plus 110,000 credits.
So you now have 50% of the mortgage paid off.
Okay. We have a little flotilla.
Pretty good. Yeah, the yacht's small enough and the lab ship's big enough. All kinds of possibilities.
We could do docking.
Raw docking.
Zero comment from over here. All right. Have you resolved all of your mustering out rolls?
Yes.
Then Matty, we haven't done yours yet. Or did we?
We did.
Okay, we did. So it's just mine. And I've done 3 years as an entertainer with finally a promotion. Let's see here. We've got benefits are interesting, but not compelling. I'm going to do one benefit roll of 6, which is 2 ship shares. Okay. 2 ship shares. And then I've got 3 more rolls on the cash. So no cash. Also no cash. 1 more on the cash table, I believe. No cash. Well, they changed the algorithm and suddenly I can't get work anymore. I don't get paid. They demonetized me for reasons I don't understand. I think that government guy did it. Excellent. All right. Yeah, that's how they get you, man. So wrapping up, we increase our age. We should be around 30 now. Finalize connections. I think everybody. Jesse, did you miss a connection on round 1, perhaps?
No. Okay. It was me and Matty.
Got a connection. All right. So basically the last thing we need to do, more or less, is there are packages of skills so that we can be a well-rounded party. And they're based around different kinds of games we might be playing. So the skill packages are Traveler, Explorer, Mercenary, Diplomat, Trader, Investigator, Starship, or Criminal. So Traveler is the most generic one, all around. Do any of the other ones sound more applicable to you guys?
I don't know.
Starship, if we want to lean into these vessels. Maybe Diplomat, but I think Traveler is the one that makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, with the variety of our skill sets.
All right, so there are 8 skills, and we take turns selecting them. Does anybody have any pilot skill yet?
Nope.
I have Flyer 1.
That's for atmospheric craft. To me, it makes the most sense that Jesse's character would have Pilot 1 since he has access to a yacht. And it's a small enough vessel that it would have its own full crew all the time, perhaps, depending on how in favor you are with the family.
Yeah, that's small craft, right?
When you choose pilot, yeah, a yacht, I believe, would be.
Okay.
Double check. It was page 185-ish. Oh, yep, it was. I believe under 100 tons is small craft. It's 200 tons.
Oh,
it's right on the verge of being a full spacecraft.
Okay. Pilot spacecraft.
Very cool. And then that leaves us with deception, electronics, gunner, gun combat, persuade, stealth, and medic. Matty, did any of those sound good to you?
They all sound good to me, Chris.
You already have deception 1, I believe.
Yeah, I've got deception. I've got gun combat, slugs.
So you got gun combat 1. You could take it as a different kind of gun, but I don't have guns yet. Jesse, did you get guns?
No, I've got. Well, you were playing with your guns. I
Blades.
mastered the blade.
Right. So one of us should probably take gun combat,
Jesus.
but that leaves electronics, gunner, persuade, stealth, and medic.
I feel
I
like
have electronics 0.
Can bump it up.
Bump it up. All right.
I feel like persuade works for me. I have it at 0 already, but bumping it up
Bump
to
it
1.
up to 1.
My character is kind of facey.
I'll take gun 1 if that's okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 2 so far of our 8. So
Okay.
2.
We're down to, was it? You took deception, Jesse?
I took persuade.
Persuade. So that leaves deception, gunner, which is usually a turret gun on these size craft, and stealth and medic.
I have medic 0. I can bump that up to 1.
Okay.
It's fitting into the overall character concept of, cybernetics, electronics, engineer, nefarious shit.
That leaves gunner or deception. I see my guy being more, I'll run down to the gun turret situation.
Yeah, deception's more.
People.
If that one's open, I don't know. I've already got 2.
Which one of you wants to take deception?
I have deception
I've got
1.
2. So you already got it.
I'll take deception 2 if that's.
It will not. It says 1, so it won't bump it up. Yeah.
Okay.
You just give it to Jesse's character, maybe.
I have deception 1.
Okay, I'll take deception 1, I guess.
Can't take the sky from me.
Cool.
But what if I boil the land? Or burn the land and boil the sea? Could I then take this guy from you?
No.
Oh, okay.
So Jesse, tell us why you left the admin position to go traveling, and what your goals are, short term, long term, whichever. Bonus points if you have a character name.
Oh, I do have a character name. I just have to get to the sheet where I wrote it down. His name is Christopher Astor.
I hate it. No,
I know. Yeah.
because it sounds like mine.
I left because I did such a good job as an admin, stuffing my pockets with all those extra kickbacks from government contracts, that I thought for sure they're going to figure it out pretty soon. I should take my early retirement while I can and get off-world in the family space yacht before the investigators show up.
Genius.
And so now I'm just going to wander the cosmos.
I'm Jet Gelfie, former champion fencer. I have rubbed elbows with the wealthy and well-educated. And since my career just took a nosedive after their involvement, I feel like they're the best people to put me up.
Yeah, don't rub elbows with us. That doesn't wash out. It's
And Matty.
Yeah, my character's name is Sterling Greaves. And I am traveling because I desperately need the capital to launch a infiltration of this corporate secret I've uncovered of my tech. So if I'm going to take it back, I need money and more friends to do it. So I'm looking for a get-rich-quick scheme.
I love this. That is a Traveler character creation, you guys.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like that.
It's kind of my favorite.
Life path system, I'm a fan. I think stand out to me is that thing at the end where you're like, hey, so let's pick our campaign frame and we're going to take these skills between the party to round it out so we fit this campaign frame. I'm like, that is such a good idea.
That way nobody's like, oh, nobody knows how to do that. What are we going to, I guess we just suck at that thing that we need to do all the time.
I guess we just die in space.
I mean, don't you think that could be used in much broader application for other role-playing games? You know, when you come up with as Fear of the Boot used to call it the group template, come together with the group concept, everybody rolls characters, and then you have a short list of skills to throw in to make sure you guys adequately, are that, traveling circus troupe or band of mercenaries or whatever the case may be. So
My 5-year D&D campaign would have been very different if a single one of them had trained arcana or a high int. You know what I mean? we rolled with it. It was very fun, but there are times where I'm like, I want to give you information so bad right now, but I cannot find a narrative justification.
I will say, in thinking about it, one of the things that Vampire does, they don't talk about it the same way, but Vampire 5th edition, at character creation, you pick a predator type that gives you a vampiric power or a skill that makes it easier for you to hunt that way. And then you also, as a group, pick a coterie type, like your group of vampires' purpose for being together, that gives the group access to some like advantages that help them in that play section, but it's not particularly necessarily skills.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I don't know. I just think that was like, wow, that's a really cool touch. So then next step, we would like roll on the ship tables. Right.
Yeah, we would determine all the quirks for the vessels.
Buy starting gear.
Yep. You can spend up to 2,000 of credits you have towards starting equipment. Usually the referee will set a technology cap, on what tech level things can be, with 15 being the cutting edge. And our current society here on Earth in real time would be like a tech level 7 to 8 society. The cusp of being a, local space culture.
So what's the advantage if it's only 2,000? I came out of my muster with 110,000 credits.
It's just kind of what you have on you as the story begins. So
Okay.
You would have access to all those credits going forward in the adventure, but locating things wouldn't be just a gimme like it is at character creation.
Okay.
One of the things I like about this game is, you typically start with a ship. You may not own all of it or even most of it sometimes, but they have a ship's locker, which just has like kind of a generic assortment of assumed gear, and different editions or third-party things like will kind of define what's in it. But it's like, you just have all the usual equipment in there, specialty stuff, probably not, but.
Yeah. I love that.
I do love going through the catalog of equipment, which is a whole separate book. The Central Supply catalog. Yeah. And there's still so many more I don't own.
Well, cool. Chris, thanks for walking us through this. This was fun.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get this.
We could just do this
table.
every episode. I love it.
Make new Traveller characters. This is now the Traveller Character Creation Podcast with Jaunty Mantis.
Every 10 episodes they fight. All of our characters fight each other.
Just going to white room this and have them battle to the death.
That's just like old times, man, like middle school.
Cool. Well, if you have any questions about Traveller or notice that we did something wrong, reach out to us at jauntymantis@gmail.com. And we'd love to hear from you, or in the comments on the YouTube video below. If you like the podcast, it does help us out if you leave us a review wherever you found us. It helps other people hear about the podcast. And any final closing thoughts?
I want to play this game now.
Yeah, me too.
I'd like to run it.
Well, there we go. We'll have to talk about that off the air. Until then, get out there and keep playing those fucking role-playing games.
Or not.